Okay, so today I am looking at a torrent client known as qBittorrent. Now, quick disclaimer here before we go any further into BitTorrenting. I do not at all endorse or condone illegal pirated content transferred over the peer-to-peer networks, also known as BitTorrent. There is plenty of good, legitimate, legal content out there that is very conveniently downloaded via BitTorrent, including and not limited to unlimited amount of Linux distributions out there, which is what I usually use. So there are many perks to using BitTorrent to download legal content, but enough said, let's get on with the actual app. There are a lot of torrent programs out there, especially for the Linux side of things. On the KDE side, you have kTorrent as the default, and on the GNOME side, you have Transmission. But the nice thing about qBittorrent is that it does have a very similar interface to a lot of the torrent programs that Windows users are used to, very similar to uTorrent and the default BitTorrent and all of those different clients. So the nice thing is that you have a vast array of settings that you can choose from as far as behavior, the speeds, your connections, your downloads. All of these things can be highly configured, especially compared to Transmission, which is fairly minimalist and fairly straightforward. You can pretty much have whatever options you want in here, which is quite nice. As far as behavior goes, you've got all sorts of context-related options here, which make it quite easy, including inhibiting your power management and all that sort of thing, so you can keep downloading without your computer going to sleep. Then under connections, you can of course set up all your ports and the amount of connections, again limiting all these speeds, just like you should be able to. And then you've got all your different options here, including enabling Dhcd for finding peers and all that fun stuff. Then there is a web interface, which is also really helpful as far as remotely connecting to your BitTorrent client and controlling it through a web interface, which is pretty slick. And then of course you've got all your advanced features, which is what's really impressive, which you can practically nail down the fine detail of what you want your BitTorrent client to do. Now, as far as the actual interface itself, it does have a search tab here where you can search different categories of different content. And again, movies, books, music, anime, pictures, blah 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 blah, and you can set up which search engines you want, and you can download them straight from the client itself, which is pretty handy. And then of course, when you do have a torrent here, it will show up with all the standard information that you would want or need, including tabs down the bottom which indicate the general, and then you've got your list of trackers, your list of peers, any HTTP sources, and of course the content of the files you are downloading. So it's all fairly standard as far as the interface is concerned, and it's going to be very familiar to those who have used uTorrent or clients of that nature. So then when it's minimized, it does have its own little icon that sits up in the system tray, and it usually stays out of your way. However, when you are actually downloading a torrent, it will minimize just by pressing the exit button, and it won't close altogether. However, when you are not downloading anything, it will close it when you actually click close, which is quite convenient, as we all get annoyed when BitTorrent clients always start up when you turn on your computer and they never seem to want to shut down. Now, qBittorrent is available on Mac, Linux and Windows, so you do have a number of different clients to choose from there, and honestly I reckon this is a pretty solid choice as far as a torrent client is concerned. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. More distro reviews are on the way, and one final word of responsibility to all those downloading from the interwebs. And with that, peace out everybody.